Dear friends, in this video, I'd like to take a look at this machine, Hacker KID. This machine is not easy from my point of view. However, if you can follow some sorts of methodology, I think you can make it. The link will be added into the description section below as well. So now, without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch into the Kali Linux VM. Above all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be net discover. All right, as you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be identified as 104. Then we need to do the port scanning with a map to save time. I've already completed earlier. So for now, we just get out the result of the map scanning. As you can see over here, I use the option like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target had 3 open port number. The first one is 53, which is running domain service. And the next one is 80, which is running HTTP service. And also the version information, which is Apache 2. And the last one is 999, which is running HTTP service. And also the version information. The version information, this one is running Tornado. So maybe this has a relation to the Python. Maybe we can copy and note to our notebook. So the 999. All right. So what we are going to do next? I think we need to do the immersion with the HTTP service first, which is running on the default port number 80. Let's launch our browser to do the manual immersion first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter. Because I configure the target machine as host only, so this will not be successful connecting to the outside or connect to internet to download some code, maybe some JavaScript code. We need to wait. We need to be timeout. In the meantime, we can use command line to do some immersion to save the time, right? So next we need to check whether this site has robots file or not. Not found. Then we can use Nicto to do the immersion automatically. Press enter. Now I think we need to go back to the browser. Yeah, we got the page back. The start app. Of course, although there's some hyperlinks which are ineffective, you have given me a name of notorious hacker, right? Just because I hacked your entire server. Now I have got access to your entire server. If you are smart enough to get it back, just show me. More you will dig me, more you will find me on your servers. Dig me more. Dig is one famous tool for the DNS immersion, right? However, at this moment, we cannot do any immersion with DNS service. So we can note it down. Anyway, so we will not forget as we go ahead. And as always, we need to check the source code of this page, which doesn't reveal anything important. Next, we can do the Go Buster to do the directory enumeration. The Buster directory. Press enter to see whether we can find some interesting directories or files. App, form, start, not found. And we need to check the source code. So now we can get the entire source code of this home page. Here, as you can notice, there is one comment. Things to do, use a get parameter. The parameter name is this one, to view pages. So we can copy and note it down to our notebook. It means that we need to pass the parameter page number to view pages. So I don't think we can find anything else by GoBuster. Okay, so I'd like to interrupt the GoBuster. So now I think we can pass the parameter like page number, for example, 1. However, oh man, isn't it right to go little deep inside? It means that this index is not right. So next, I think we can use Bubble Suite to do the, enumeration automatically, like intruder module. So to do that, we can set the proxy to Bubble Suite, and then we can launch our Bubble Suite Community Edition. Next, start. Intercept is on, and then we can trigger this request again. As you can see, we can get the request, and then we can send this request to repeater module. And next, I think, not repeater module, sorry. We need to make a fuzzing, so we need to send to intruder module instead. And then we can clear, and then we can add this field as variable and payloads, because from the name, this number, so the payload should be number, right? This makes sense. So now we can, we can select payload type to numbers. And for example, we can from 0 to 100. And the step is 1. Then we can start attack. This machine will take a bit long time to finish because this will involve a variety of vulnerabilities and techniques. For example, in this case, we need to use Bubble Suite to make fuzzing. And also we need to utilize that like XML external entity vulnerability, and also the server-side template injection vulnerability. So there will be a lot to take. I think you can learn and get a lot of knowledge and skills from my video. All right, so now we just give the Bubble Suite a bit sweet time to finish, to see whether we can find the correct index or page number. It's almost done. So how to find the correct payload? The usual way is to go to the lens tab, and we can sort out all response based on the length of the response. Okay, for example, from small to large or vice versa. So this one, because of its different length, this payload stands out. And the 21, so maybe we can note down such information. The page number should be 21. And we can turn off temporarily. Close up the intruder module. And also I'd like to turn off the proxy. And now we can go to the 21. Here, as you can see, we got different content. Okay, so you wanted me to speak something? I'm hacker Kit, not a dumb hacker. So I created some subdomains. So next, I think we need to make a function to get a subdomain to return, and the domain is hackers. So we can copy. So the domain name should be this one. And next, I think earlier we have already got the hint left by the author. We need to utilize the dig utility, and the dig can actually enumerate the subdomain information, right? So it's very straightforward. Next, I think we can use dig, and the domain name we can copy. Maybe we need to append this entry or the domain name to our host file. Okay, so now we can put in here, and then we can sudo. Okay, no problem. Now I think we can use dig and followed by the domain name, and then we need to specify the DNS server, because earlier from the Nmap scanning we know that the target is running DNS service. So the DNS server is the target server, target itself. Okay. As you can see, we immediately get another subdomain we can copy and note it down to our notebook. So we still need to append this subdomain to our host file, right, as earlier. So we can use echo, and we can paste it in here, and sudo. So we just follow the instruction left by the author. So next, I think we can access this subdomain. Here we got this one, register. So this page can create account for us. For example, we can put like a JSON, phone number, test.com, password 123, register. However, we got the error, sorry, test.com is not available. So as you can see here, this one is printed back from the target. So maybe we need to make more detailed analysis between the client or browser and the web application. So how to do? We just turn on the proxy to the Burp Suite, and then we can put anything like a JSON, like a test or test1, which doesn't matter. And for file, we can register. As you can see, we can intercept the request. Then we can send this request to repeater module. As you can see here, over here, the body, request body is in the format of XML. So, of course, at this point, we can guess that the target has XSE vulnerability, or the XML external entity vulnerability. So to test that, and also the email, whatever email address we put into this field would be printed out. In other words, this position or this field is, is vulnerable, maybe possibly vulnerable to this vulnerability. So how to test? We can go to the Google to make some search to get some help. So the XSE payload, all things. So now we can, maybe the first one. So read the file, we can which one? Maybe this one. So next we need to detect whether the target is vulnerable to the XSE vulnerability. And so we can use this one to retrieve the password file. All right, so how to do? Maybe the version. So which one? Maybe I can copy and we can paste in my notebook, and then we can replace. For example, we can copy the first line and replace this line, and also we need to copy. All right, and can paste in here, and then we need to refer to this variable. So how to do? We can use the and symbol XSE. Now we need to check whether we can retrieve password file. We can send successful. And so from the content of this file, we can tell that there is one normal user. We can copy the username. Should be this one. Oh, I missed T. So next we need to, so far we have already discovered this XSE vulnerability, or XML external vulnerability, external entity vulnerability. Next, we need to exploit this vulnerability. How? For example, we need to check whether we can retrieve the log file. Not found. Oh, sorry. I think we need to check whether we can retrieve the private key. Private key sent. It's not there. Next, we need to check whether we can retrieve the Apache 2 access log file of the Apache 2 application, and nothing returned. Next, we need to check whether we can retrieve the bash history. Press enter, we get the same result. So I think this machine is different from others. Although we have already discovered this vulnerability, but at this point, we cannot make exploitation. Actually, we need to check or need to retrieve more file. For example, we need to check whether we can retrieve this bash rc file. We can send. We cannot. So next, I think we need to use the PHP wrapper. Okay, PHP wrapper or filter. We can open up. Sometimes we need to combine this wrapper with the local file inclusion vulnerability, right? We can copy and paste in my notebook. And then we can for example, like password file, we can, although we do not want. And next, we need to check whether we can retrieve the bash rc file. We can send, we can. Now we can copy, and then we can use built-in decoder of the Bubble Suite. We can decode space 64, and we can get the content of this file. If we scroll down to the bottom, we can get the credentials. We can copy, paste in here. Of course, from the MM scanning, we have written that the target doesn't have a SSH surface. So next, we need to use these credentials somewhere, right? However, at this moment, we didn't find. Okay, so it's time to enumerate another web application which is running on the 999 port number. Okay, so press enter. Oh, not this one. We need to put, sorry about that. I think we can access the IP address, maybe. So the port number is 9999, right? We can close. Why it's taking time? So the IP address is correct. Okay, sorry. I need to turn off the intercept. And then we got another user login panel. We can try like admin login, not a field. Now we can go home. Also, we can try, of course, next we can try to use these credentials. We can copy and paste in here. Not correct. However, if we use another username, circuit login, it works. So we are logged in as the user circuit. Tell me your name, buddy. It means that we need to pass the name parameter, okay? And how can I get to know who are you? So for example, we can put the name. My name is Jason. Press enter. Hello, Jason. So this similarly, what we input or what we pass to the web application, and the web application will reply back this information. And there is good chance this web application has some injection vulnerability, right? So how to do? We can turn on the proxy again and turn on, and then we can press. As you know, from the map scanning, we know that the target is running Toronto, right? Python Toronto. And we need to check whether this application or this service has the server-side template injection. Okay, let's open up Toronto. So we need to check. For example, we can put this formula and we can send to repeater module. And then we can put 7 multiply 7. Then we can send. However, we got the bad request, right? So how to do? You know, we need to do more testing. As you can see here, if I put this formula, I get the result of 49. It means that the target is vulnerable to the server-side template injection vulnerability. If you have already followed my channel, I've already demonstrated how to detect such vulnerability and how to exploit the vulnerability. Although the earlier application is not Toronto, but similar, for example, like Django or some other template engine. Okay. So next, I think we need to exploit this vulnerability or SSTI vulnerability. How to? We can import the OS module and can run command. Okay, we can copy. And also we need to copy the next one. Of course, we need to replace this command by our reverse shell command. So we can go to the Pentest monkey website. We can copy and we can paste in here. We need to check the IP address of my Kali Linux. So we can copy this IP address and paste in here, and the port number 555. Okay, as usual. And we need to make URL encoding. We can copy, and then we can go to the website. So which one? The URL encode online. And we can paste in here. We can encode. And we can copy this command. And then we can paste in here. Before we send the request to the web application, we need to set up the listener first. And now we can send. However, not working, right? So there will be some mistake. Hello, import. So we need to check. Maybe we need to use this bash. Maybe I need to copy and paste in the notebook. So this should be double quotes. And then I think we need to make encoding again. We can encode. And then we can copy and remove, paste in here. Not correct. What I'm doing, we can remove, we can copy here from here, paste it here, we can send. Okay, it's working. Now we can get the reverse shell originated from the target. And we can check the version of Python. Python 2 is not there. Python 3, how about Python 3? Python 3 is there. We can import pty module, spawn the bash session. Now we need to go to the home directory to do some local immersion. Nothing there. Can go to the desktop. Nothing there. And so I think next we can upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. And we can open up another tab. Let me zoom in the terminal. So I can copy from my toolsets directory. And then we need to upload this script to the target. The easiest way is to set up web server on the Kali Linux by Python http.server module. Now we go back. We can use wget. NumPy. And we need to make it executable. And then we can run this shell script. You know, if you want to upload, if we want to elevate our privilege, in most cases, we can use the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. Because if we manually immerate the machine, we'll miss a lot of information about the target. As you can see here, this current user belongs to the LXD group. And in some cases, we can utilize the LXD to elevate our privilege. For example, we can go to the website. I think I've already demonstrated this technique in the other videos. We can, not this one. Privilege escalation, and I think this one. We can take this opportunity to explain how to utilize the LXD membership to make privilege escalation. Although I've already demonstrated this technique for many times. You just follow the steps. As you can see over here, we need to download. We need to clone from the GitHub this file, and then we can upload this file to this compressed file onto the target. Then we can import this image. And then we can list the images to see whether we have already successfully imported this image. Then we need to do some like configuration and or initialization. And then we can go to the container to get the elevated privilege. Again, I've already demonstrated this technique for many times, although this technique cannot work for this machine. So to save time of this video, I will not go through this process again. If you want me to do, please let me know in the comment below. Okay, so now I think it's done. And we can scroll back to see whether we can find the vectors which allow us to elevate our privilege. a lot of information about the target. Yeah, we got this one is capability section. Give us the information. Python 2.7 has the capability, the ptrace. So next, I think we can copy this information. And we can continue our scrolling to see whether we can find something else. Sudo. Of course, so far we didn't get the password for this user, right? So maybe we can try it. We can copy, we can try this password. As pen tester, we need to make many tests. Not working, right? So I think now we need to come to this capability, and the next we need to check. We need to make some research through Google to see whether there is vulnerability for this capability configuration. And I think this one we can open up the first link. Yeah, we just follow the step. The first one, we have already done that. Find all binaries which have capabilities set for them. We have already found that Python 2.7 has such capability. And then check the surface running on the machine. And so how to test, we can machines to find the process which belong to the root user. Okay. I think this one is www-data -data. This is not what we are looking for. So maybe we can use the grep root. Yeah, this one. This process belongs to the root user. Okay. Now we can continue. Check the architecture of the machine. We can use ulim. This is 64. And then we can search for the public available TCP bind shell exploits. We can copy. And I think the first link in the which can lead us to the exploit database website. And here's some shell code. Of course, in this case, we need to create the Python script. As you can see over here, exploit. And also we need to write the Python script to inject this shell code into the running process. And this Python script, of course, I think if you go to the website or search, you cannot retrieve or you cannot get down this script, this Python script. I find it somewhere. If you want this script, please let me know in the comment below. Okay. And next we can, so of course, I've already got this inject Python script ready. And this shell code is from the exploit database. So next we need to upload this Python script to the target. Inject. And we can make it executable. Next, we need to utilize the Python 2.7. Of course, if you follow the walkthrough of other guys, maybe you will not be successful. Actually, we need to do some some shell operations or shell scripting. So how to do? We can for and the I in. We want to ps ax or ef and want to grep the root, and also I want to filter out the grep itself, and then I want to get the PID, and the PID should belong, or I want to retrieve all processes which belong to root user or super user. Okay, let me show you so we can print the second column or field. And then we need to do what? The Python 2.7 inject py followed by the PID. Done. I need to make check ps. So this command will display all processes on the target. And then I want to grep out processes which only belong to root user, and I do not want to include the grep. The grep itself will generate the process, and tunnel to awk to extract this PID field. Oh, sorry. So done. Maybe I need to copy this command. So this should be this one. Single quote. I think now it's correct. Python 2.7. Hopefully this can get the, at this moment, no, as can see, no, maybe we can just follow the steps, just a bit different. We need to make loop to find the right process which allow us to inject the shell code. Okay, let me so we can copy this entire command. Press enter. It's done, and then we can use P. Press enter. Put the number. So it's running. As you can see over here. Now we can see that this it means that the injection has been successful. Now we can use the netcat on the Kali Linux to connect to this pod number. Press enter. As you can see, now we can get the privileged shell. We import pty spawn. Okay, we can navigate to root directory. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.